Today we're making some easy plant-based recipes, starting with my creamy lemon pappardelle pasta, which has a silky, creamy, lemony sauce, and it's topped with lots of fresh lemon zest and basil. After that, we'll make a Mediterranean-style panzanella salad, which has very simple ingredients, but it's cold, it's crunchy, it's refreshing, and it's perfect to bring to a barbecue, a family brunch, or just to make yourself for lunch today. In this video, I'm also going to show you how to make your own toasted sourdough breadcrumbs and your own croutons that you can use for these recipes or any recipes that you like, and all of the recipes you see in this video are going to be in the description box below. So give this video a thumbs up and let's get cooking. We're gonna start with the Panzanella salad, which is a rustic Italian bread salad. And if you love Greek salads and bruschetta, you will absolutely love Panzanella. The first thing we're gonna do is make some sourdough croutons.
Making your own croutons is probably easier than you think. You're just gonna take some good bread. I like to use day-old or stale bread. It's a great way to reduce waste. So if you have some bread that is a little bit like past the sandwich point, you can just go ahead, cut it into 1-inch cubes, toss it with a little bit of olive oil. You can do salt, pepper, garlic powder. You could do Italian seasonings. Go ahead and sprinkle that on. The full recipe is gonna be down below, including a couple of different variations for you. But then you're just gonna bake it at 400 degrees for about 10 to 15 minutes.
These croutons will last for about a week in an airtight container stored at room temperature. Just make sure that they cool completely before you store them so they stay nice and crispy.
Besides the croutons, the star of the show in a panzanella salad is usually tomatoes. This is a key ingredient and they are so flavorful and juicy this time of year, so it's an excellent time to make this salad. We're gonna take a big mixing bowl, add our tomatoes, cucumbers, thinly sliced red onions, and some black katama olives. I love to do fresh basil, and I like to keep it whole or just kind of lightly tear it so you get nice big pieces, and then add the croutons. To make the dressing, we're gonna add some Calabrian chili paste with fresh lemon juice, olive oil, salt, and garlic powder. That's all you need. Just whisk that on up, and you can definitely make it spicier by adding more chili paste if you like, but Calabrian chili paste is so delicious. I find that it has a little bit of a kick without being too hot and spicy, and it is just perfect in this salad. So we're gonna toss the dressing with all of the veggies and the crunchy croutons. Give it a couple minutes to sit so it really absorbs into the bread. It is so colorful, and there's so many great textures that you are just gonna have something delicious in every single bite.
The best thing about this salad is the bread really absorbs that vinaigrette and also the flavorful juices from the tomatoes, cucumbers, and olives. It's so flavorful even though it is very simple and easy to make. And I really think dishes like this are such a celebration of how amazing plant-based meals can be. Okay, before we move on to the next recipe, I have to show you this absolutely gorgeous croissant. This is fully plant-based and vegan. Are you kidding me? Crispy, fluffy, crispy, fluffy. This came frozen and ready to bake in my Wildgrain box, which also came with everything sourdough, classic sourdough, vegan pappardelle pasta, gnocchi, croissants, chocolate chip cookie dough, and this gorgeous ciabatta, all totally plant-based, all arrived frozen and ready to bake with simple instructions on the outside. And look at these ingredients, like very simple ingredients, which I always love. And if you're looking at me and thinking, okay, what is this and how can I get it? This is Wildgrain, which is the Bake from Frozen subscription box that has sourdough breads, artisanal pastries, and fresh pasta. Plus you get free croissants in every single box. You can build your own box choosing between 6 or 12 items from small bakeries and pasta makers all across the country. And now that they have a fully plant-based box, you know I had to check it out, and I, needless to say, am a fan. Whenever you're ready for fresh baked sourdough, freezer to oven, ready to eat in under 25 minutes. It's insane. So I teamed up with them to bring you this video, and they were kind enough to offer my viewers $30 off your first order, plus 4 free plant-based croissants in every box. And I really think that Wildgrain would be an amazing gift to give to someone, especially those people that are hard to shop for. I feel like that's pretty much everyone in my life. I never know what to get them. This is unique and special. It supports local bakeries and local pasta makers. And also, I think it would be an awesome housewarming gift because there is nothing cozier than freshly baked bread or chocolate chip cookies that are just kind of ready to bake. And it just kind of makes your house feel homey and cozy, which would be perfect for someone moving into a new space. I just think this is the coolest thing ever, and if you guys want to check it out and learn more, there's a link in the description box below, and you can use my code NikkiVegan for $30 off your first Wildgrain box and 4 free plant-based croissants. So I really hope you guys enjoy, and let's move on to making that pasta. If you have my cookbook, Vegan Party Planning, and you've read through the French menu, you know that I used to work at a French cafe in Los Angeles, and one of the kind of sleeper hits on the menu was this lemon pasta. Really, it was like if you knew to get it, you knew to get it, and people loved it. So I asked the chef how to make it, and remember, this is before I was vegan, but the ingredients were pretty much heavy cream, butter, cheese, lemon zest, and pasta. So I really wanted to create a vegan version that still had that decadent, creamy, delicious sauce that was zesty and bright and flavorful, but also really comforting. So I really think you guys are gonna love this recipe, and we are gonna start by making our own toasted breadcrumbs.
I can't tell you how many times I've needed breadcrumbs for a recipe and I didn't have any in my pantry, but I pretty much always have bread. So if you know how to do this, you always have breadcrumbs. You're just gonna take the inside of the bread, leave the crusts off because they won't blend properly. That can be your little snack, your little reward for making your own breadcrumbs. And you're just going to pulse them a few times in a food processor or veggie chopper and put them onto a dry cookie sheet. You don't want any oil or anything like that. And you're just gonna toast them to kind of dry them out and make them nice and crispy. I like to sprinkle with a little bit of salt, or you could do Italian seasoning and then set those aside to cool completely so they'll get perfectly crunchy. Then we're going to go ahead and move on to making the pasta. And the first and most important step is making the sauce. We're going to combine some vegan butter and flour and mix this together into a roux, which is a paste that is going to help to thicken our sauce and make like a really creamy kind of fettuccine Alfredo style sauce. Then we're going to add our lemon zest. You really want to make sure that you just get the yellow part and avoid any white, because if you get the white part, it will end up being bitter. But you add the fresh lemon zest, a little bit of chili flakes, and then gradually add in your almond milk. I recommend using a thick, creamy almond milk for best results. It just makes such a nice sauce. And what you want to do is gradually add the liquid in as you're stirring, and you're kind of thinning out the paste. This takes a couple of minutes, but it's so worth it because you will get a silky smooth, creamy sauce. Then we're going to add some vegan Parmesan cheese that's going to melt right into it, and I'll add some garlic powder, some salt, black pepper, and then turn off the heat and let that chill out while we cook our pasta. Today I'm using a fresh pasta, so this is gonna cook so fast. It's frozen, but it's fresh because it was never dried. So this cooks in about 3 to 5 minutes, so it was really quick and easy. And I'm just gonna add that pasta directly into the sauce and reserve a little bit of the pasta water just so that it thins out and is really glossy. The key here is to wait until the very end to add your lemon juice, and I also add another little knob of cold butter. This is a trick I learned from working in a restaurant. It's what creates a glossy, gorgeous sauce and just adds such a great texture and flavor. You don't need a lot, a little goes a long way, but you want to make sure you do that right at the end, and you will have a silky, creamy, lemony sauce that is so good on pasta. I love to top it with a little more lemon zest, a little more Parmesan cheese, usually another sprinkle of salt. I love the breadcrumbs on top too. It adds great texture, and this is now dressed and ready to serve. So simple, yet so delicious.
My favorite thing about this pasta is that it really does play with contrast. So you've got this rich and creamy sauce that's contrasted by this bright, zesty, acidic, sunny lemon flavor that is just such a nice combo. I also wanted to give you guys some more recipe ideas. So you can use these croutons and breadcrumbs to make recipes like my leek and sausage casserole from my cookbook, Vegan Party Planning. You can also use them to make my chickpea and spinach casserole, which is on the blog, or you could use the breadcrumbs to make my vegan meatloaf, which is one of my family's favorite recipes. If you make any of the recipes in this video, go ahead and tag me on Instagram so I can check it out. And all the recipes are going to be in the description box below, which is also where you're going to find that link for Wildgrain, and you can use my code NikkiVegan for $30 off your first order and 4 free croissants. So I really hope you guys enjoy. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in a video very soon. Bye.